because I will forget. It's within my nature. It is within my nature. Is this that top-down tactical shooter? It is not. It is a different game. It is my second game that I'm working on. It's a dating sim. Don't listen to him. He's a liar and a thief and a fraud. This is a co-op survival horror that I'm working on. Very friendslop kind of vibe. The top-down shooter is now also with third person and mostly done in terms of development. So yeah. Which, by the way, if anybody's thinking of picking it up, there's a sale coming. So that's all I'll say. That is all I will say. You know what's so funny? This is an old screenshot because we have our old HUD and stuff. But honestly, I still really love this screenshot. It's got like the cool like moves going on where we have that like concept where you can aim in different directions and stuff. It's got the comic thing. I think it's a great shot. I love it. How long did I spend making Superfire? Too long, PZ. Too long. Too long. Like, while I was in the development, I was also trying to do contract work to make ends meet. I was pretty slow working on stuff. Like, I probably could have done it a lot sooner, but honestly, like, I think it took roughly 4 to 5 years. It took about 8 months to get into early access, but it was like early, right? And then from early access to 1.0 was around 4 years. Am I still using Unreal? Haven't you heard about the new AI/ML JavaScript framework that makes fully fledged apps with a prompt? Out of business, buddy. Out of business. Yeah. Listen, man. You go ahead and use that. Tell me when you get your millions, and then I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be here. Let me know. Let me know how it goes. I wish AI could meet my deadlines. I wish AI could meet my balls and... No, I still use Unreal. I think they are working on an AI that meets the balls. Now that's the kind of AI I'll invest in. That's the kind of AI I will invest money in. Did you guys see that Cakes released his game? I remember Cakes. The first time I saw Cakes, he had a react video, or he reacted to the zombie the fake parody zombie trailer. And then I found out he was actually a streamer. I didn't know. He released his game. And I saw a clip on LSF. I never thought I'd see a game dev clip on LSF. It was him reacting to his first, like, him reacting to his current gross revenue on his Steamworks profile. I'm glad that he's feeling really good about it. You know, when I got into 1.0 release, I was definitely very like glad about it, but I will admit I didn't really cry or anything. I think the thing that I actually ended up doing was like completely disassociating with it. I think I'm still disassociated because it's like I don't fully believe it. It like the level of success it brought in. So I'm glad he's able to like continue doing his thing. Good shit. Love seeing that. I think seeing his game and seeing how good of a concept it is. What is it? Tangy TD, yeah. Now, he's already got a 12%, which is nice. But I could definitely see him... Damn, he's got already so many partnerships. What a G. He's going to be a millionaire. I don't know about millionaire, but I could actually see this if he maintains this for like the next year or two. I could definitely see this easily breaking 300K gross revenue easily within like the next few months. I could see him breaking 300K gross. Do you meet him on your yacht trips? I don't have a yacht. Also, I hate boats. Can you use something different? I meet him on my trips in my Porsche 911 GT3 Sport 2025. It's going to be my future car one day. The struggle of making an indie game. What is this in correspondence to? Is it a party game? Yeah, a yacht is a ship, not a boat. Ah, shut up. It's a thing that floats on water. You know what else floats on water? You. Get on the plank. Get on the plank. This is going to be... Okay, for me, I am not very into party games, so I don't know how well this could do. It's got some flavor to it. But you don't do parties? I don't do friends. Just kidding. I have friends, but you know. But Porsches don't swim. We can try. No, but I do think he's going to do very well with this. Like, this is the structure type of game that like it's like chill but active enough that you can kind of have it's like almost like an idle tower defense. That's kind of how I see it. I don't know if that's the correct way of defining it. An idle tower defense. Idle-ish tower defense. Idle-ish because it's a little bit more active. But yeah. I love that the indie scene has some great successes. It gives me hope. My take is anybody can do it. My take is anybody could do it. If I could do it, me, stupid me, failed math, failed physics, fucking whatever, I think anybody could do it. It just take a bit of time. Once you start feeling you're ready to make a game, a commercial game that you want to release, do a little bit of research on the scene, the target audience, do a lot of play testing, be careful with your scope, shit like that. I think anybody can do it. I think there's whenever I keep reading like Twitter and Reddit and shit in these game dev spaces and indie game spaces, it is so gloomy and doomy. It's like, don't expect making any money. I think with proper preparation and whatnot, I think yeah. I'm only good with 3D and not the coding part. For me, I thought I was only going to be good at the art. Now, don't get me wrong. I still have a lot to learn on the programming side and on everything. Like, it's a constant learning process. There's never an end to the learning. But I was able to get into it. I think it's one of those things that you kind of have to push through, but I get it. I get it. Kermit, you should add these to the train. Little hanging dice at the front. This could be a fun little customization thing, like being able to hang different things to the front. Yeah. Blueprints helped a shit ton because it made things a lot more visual. Syntax programming was just way too much for me. Now I can transfer some of that knowledge of Blueprint and the programming language, like knowledge, to code, like syntax code, right? Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Dice in the game, gambling, 18 plus. Whatever, the game's already going to be 18 plus most likely. What is the rating for Repo? What's the age rating for Repo? What did they get to? Is there a mature rating in here? AI benchmarks show that AI code is becoming more efficient, while user benchmarks suggest that AI benchmarks are less accurate when taking into account AI measured less performance out of human per capita. Wow, AI determines its own benchmark and says it's good. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're very good. We're actually extremely good. Is there even such a rating on Steam? I think it depends where in the world you are, and you'll see the actual thing. I don't know. I know there's a... I wonder, dude. Currently popular. That's so interesting that they write that there. Does mine say... Probably not, but, you know... you know... Currently interesting. I think they're probably... I would assume they do that based off of the... maybe top sellers? Or popular playing? Like how many player count it has? I could see that being a factor. AI giving a medal to itself meme. It's like a, what was it? Barack Obama giving a medal to Barack Obama. I forget what the meme was, but like someone being given a medal by themselves. I'm a good worker according to my conclusions. Hire me. Yeah, like no shit, the fucking AI companies are gonna sell their shit. Like, that's how they make their money. They make their money through unreasonably high investments. I'm a good worker according to my own conclusions. It's literally a resume. You're not wrong, actually. You know, you're not wrong. Great, I gotta redo this entire text now. Balls! So, we want to center, middle, rotate, scale down. Guys, can you believe it? It's the logo for The Incredibles. Okay, let's try some different fonts. Arial Black. Calibri Bold. How about we do a fancy font? Cambria Bold. Oh, shit. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're fucking talking. That's the most looking... that's the most eye-looking eye? Yes. You're damn right it is. Look at my pencils. All right, text. You gotta go. Get the fuck out of here. So this is why you were busy yesterday? What was I doing yesterday? Yesterday I had 2 calls and then I had to wait for a mattress to come in. And I didn't know when that was going to come in. So I had two separate calls and then I had the mattress coming in and stuff, so. How do you post any work in process on social media? I can't work on one feature for a week to finish it so I can show it off. Honestly, sometimes, okay, here's my trick as an indie dev. Sometimes you gotta work on the things that sounds counterproductive towards your productivity to then allow you to grow some of the marketing side. Sometimes that might involve doing some visuals, doing some effects, doing some shit that like don't really add to the overall. You gotta approach things differently, I think, when it comes to being an indie dev, because we are not AAA, right? That's something to consider. We're not AAA. We have to approach things slightly differently. You need special mattresses on your yacht? Guys, I'm telling you, our old mattress was bad. It was horrendous. Now, that's not to say that it's the only solution to my back problem, but yeah. Yeah, how are you doing, Golden? Been playing games on my new OLED monitor. It's been absolutely amazing. Dude, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Helix sponsorship? No, I went with like a local... It's like a local... a local company here in Toronto. Local, why is my blender lagging? Why is my whole computer lagging? My whole computer is lagging. I think it's almost time to restart my computer. How long is this running for? 29 days. Yeah, I think it's almost time to give it a little good old restart, you know? No, the RAM looks okay, which is weird. I don't know what the hell is going on. Okay, so now that we changed the text, which looks great. Good adjustment. We need to fix our UVs. I'll do a simple unwrap like this. I was about to unwrap everything. That would have been catastrophic. Okay, where were these pieces? I don't know, but I guess I'll just place them in wherever I think would be a good spot to place them. I bet you just use BMP. I use PNG. What is the best image format for texture in U5? You think? I think TGA and for emissive EXR. I just use PNG. I don't really get too into the weeds about which type to use and whatnot. I'm sure it's a good idea that I do, or I should, but oh well. Why is the pencil up there? Oh shit, is everything gonna get messed up? Some of my stuff in the Substance Painter might get messed up, but that's okay. So this, it needs to be exported to the folder. Why did my view change? There we go. Employee handbook, and then we we export the version without the extra pencil to the actual mesh. And so our texture is going to look a little fucked up. That's okay. We'll fix that. Art on my texture is a PNG, but after researching it, TGA is actually really fast as a 4-channel. I'm sure it's probably, you know, it's probably better, obviously. Buy more RAM just in case. Dude, I have 64 gigs of RAM. I always shut my PC off at night. I was, but then I started having a bunch of tabs open with a bunch of like stuff. And I'm too lazy to like reopen it. And, you know, I should probably just be shutting it off like I used to do as well, though. Okay, so we'll re-import this. Failed. File import failed, reverting back to previous one. Is it just too different that it's now like screaming about it? Because the object is way too different? It will not import it. Cannot replace mesh with stroke preservation. The new mesh does not overlap the previous one. Retry without stroke preservation or fix your mesh transformation. Retry without stroke preservation. What the hell do you mean by stroke preservation? I have a feeling it's because we like moved it somewhere. How do I turn off, oh, preserve strokes? Youch. Have I seen Substance Painter 12? Some cool things on there? Substance Painter 12? Where is that? Is it on Steam? Click on the wrong thing. I clicked Super Battle Golf. Is it in the 2026 Painter? Or have they not released that yet? Version 12. Oh, you can rasterize layers, I guess, or is what I'm understanding here. Flatten. Huh. Interesting. This released 3 days ago. Warp to geometry mode. Very interesting. Oh, very interesting. Some post effects, don't really care about that personally. Improved new project and settings window. I don't really see a crazy amounts. As usual, 3 to 4 features equals a version. Yeah. 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 Okay, that looks correct. The book is surprisingly this still painted on correctly, but it's probably because I painted it in the UV, if I were to guess. Let me see if I remember which masks these were under. So this was this. Plastic rough scratched is that. And this, because there's a white layer in here. I remember this. I remember this. Marmoset's looking better and better every day. Has Marmoset shown off any of their new stuff? I know they mentioned a few things, a few goodies. Apparently there was like a little tease that there might be some cool stuff coming there. Let me double check that this mask isn't in a place where it shouldn't be. No. It's weird that it was able to capture some stuff, but then other things no. So then we got the papers, which seem to be working. It's just that one face. You can see how I got like papers sticking out and there's height details in the paper as well. Makes it look a little bit more, you know, interesting. I also made it so the book is slightly open. Okay, this is the new version. Storytelling detail, yeah! Dude, it's so crazy. We got some crazy storytelling details in here. Oh, dude. Maybe we can finally create our own export setup and save them. I want my own export setup in the drop down. You can create your own export setups. It's called the output templates. Unless you mean something different. I have a bunch of my own custom stuff. Like, look, this is a custom one with translucency in here. Its own prefix, suffix, and everything. And then all of it goes into here. So you can see there's some... I think I got a suit for hire one in here. Yeah, I got a couple suit for hire ones in here. I can't get them to save. I don't know. There's a save settings button. I don't know what that might entail though. Let me double check. This should have an I in it. Yes. Okay, I had to double check something in my brain because I was like, is that the same UV map? I think it is, yes. Grim, every day I'm charging you $1 tax until you pay me. It's been a long time since Ronin. Pay you what? Pay you what? A cheeseburger? It's not happening. Have you seen the prices of cheeseburgers these days? Have you seen the prices of cheeseburgers these days? There we go. I don't even like them dollar cheeseburgers. They're not even $1, brother. You're wishing for a lot. There we go. Problem solved. What is S underscore? Static mesh. Underscore. Underscore. All right. Now we have an I, which I think works better. I think it does work better. Question mark kind of looks like it's like a challenge, like a modifier. This looks a little bit more natural. Oh, you know what? A detail I wanted to add in, now that I think about it. Hold on. Back to the painter. I want to be paid in RAM. That's an investment. That's a long-term investment. That's your what do they call that? That's your stock that you get after working for 5 years. You don't do any high to low poly bakes for these objects? No. I don't think this project is going to have any high to low bakes. Most of it has not been that kind of workflow. Just doesn't really feel like it makes sense for this game, to be honest. See here, stripes. Mm-hmm. There we go. That was the detail I wanted to put in. Yeah, boy. Why is the contrast not doing anything? Mid-poly method, just create good geo and smooth the roots without going overboard and do micro detail in the materials. It really depends on the object, and if you're making large objects, you probably don't want to have a lot of unique textures necessarily in there either. It's just, I've already have dealt with reaching my texture memory so fucking quickly that now I try like my hardest to try to reuse textures as much as I can, you know? This is a rare scenario where it's like kind of a unique gameplay object, so I'm okay with giving it unique texture. But yeah. How much were you going to put in the book? I knew you want a really good tutorial. Is it just going to be pages or more interactive? So I'm actually talking with my siblings who do design stuff, and we discussed some like references and inspiration for it that kind of look a little bit like this within this realm. So it might look like that. I think it'll be a cool kind of like, I want it to like be a cool, like some cool art and like little bits of lore being around, but obviously being able to teach the player, you know, when they need to like quickly look something up. And then I'd also like to make it so as you meet monsters and maybe certain items, maybe we start like having areas of the book filling up on its own, almost like it's like a updating, like an update log or something. That's what I'd like to do. That's what I'd like to do. But yeah, Loki seems to be a pretty big like inspiration. Portal as well. Or sorry, not Portal. This is actually still Loki. Funny enough, but Portal actually does very similar things to this as well. Yeah. I think it'd be cool to have illustrations of how things function as well. This is Valve, which, by the way, absolutely looks bonkers. I'd love a copy of this. I don't even work there. I just love to have a copy of this. Like, the art looks great. It looks so cool. But yeah, I'd like to put a nice amount of work in it, but, you know, we'll see as time goes on. Like, this cover is going to change most likely. Maybe it'll have, like, more intense colors just so it's, like, really out there, because obviously we want players to notice it. The green is probably not a good indicator. Okay, so now that we got those new textures, I got to remember to re-import that. Let's see how much difference that actually even makes, if any. Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, that looks sick. It's really only a detail you could see when you're really close up, but yeah. I could also add a bit of base color and maybe even some roughness adjustment. And then roughness. And then that will make it pop just that little bit more. Light up the eye. It could be a good idea, but then we'd have to turn it into an electrical object. We were also thinking maybe a light that points down towards the book, but I don't know. Yeah, sound. It's pure ref. I also don't want, like, while this is like an important thing, I also don't want it to be like too in your face, you know. I feel like it being next to each door, you know, and it being a color that's kind of out there, different from the rest of the room, I feel like that's already kind of like a good indicator that it's like a different important object. It could have its own battery, so it's always lit. That's true. We could do that. We could. I do love the hanging part though, and like slightly rotating. It looks a little bit more... It also looks more interactive, so I think that's fun. But I really want to do a cool thing where it's like, when you click on it, it like zooms in, then you can flip the pages. I feel like that'd be cool. I do want to add some little interactive elements. I think that'd be really fun. You're like flipping through the pages and seeing all the little different elements and stuff. Yeah, we could do a light on it. That also reminds me, I guess whenever there's new stuff in the codex, we can make it have like a blinking light on the top of it. Not a horrible idea. I don't know if I would make the eye light up. Like in this current lighting setup, you can kind of see it pretty well, right? Let's try putting a light facing towards... Let's put a light facing towards here. Let's also turn this into a blueprint. I keep calling it fixture because the actual employee handbook is probably going to be a different thing. So let's do this, and then let's set it to static. We really do not need it to be set to movable. And then let's replace both of these with the blueprint version. That way I don't have to remember that. And then let's get the spotlight in here. One thing that's kind of annoying is there's not a huge amount of space. If we were to put like an actual emissive light under here, there's not a lot of space to put that. But I guess it'll be like a tiny little emissive here. Probably casting no shadows. Very tiny range. And definitely a much, much lower intensity. Let's also make it a little bit more warm to fit the space. Ooh, that looks kind of like, oh, it's like golden. Golden, legendary. See, the thing is, there's no real way, like, I guess we could fake it, so it's like the light, no, but then we don't have the volumetric scattering being very accurate, which is our problem. Yeah, it's only really lighting the top. Very unfortunate. We can't really get the book to be lit up. Like, it's cool. I just don't know. I do like it being lit up, though. I will say it has a cool effect to it. It does have a kind of cool effect to it. It gives it aura. It's aura farming a little bit. I think what we might be able to do, here's an idea, crazy idea. Let me look at the material real quick. Put that in the emissive and let's see how that looks. I think we might want to warm it up a little bit, maybe give it a bit of warmth. But now it's glowing a little bit. We have a little bit of an emissive on it, which sort of matches the light. Can I do, is there a buffer visualization of emissive? No. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. I guess lighting only? Detail lighting? Oh yeah, detail lighting. I think that looks pretty good. Chat, what do you think? Having a slight emissive on the book? I don't think the outside wall needs all that much light. So I think we could probably reduce the outer cone angle a little bit. I feel like that looks fine. I feel like that works fine. And then what we could do is get a little light on the top here. It does mean that it's one more thing that we got to put into the texture, but no big deal. We'll try to find a open space in the UV for that. So let's do this. We'll do a little thing like that, and then let's do almost like a circle kind of vibe. I almost kind of want to make the top a separate material. Is that crazy? Yeah, I think I like that. It's I like it. It's balanced. It's balanced. We can maybe scale it up a little bit. It has a fun vibe to it, I think. It has a fun vibe to it. But I'm thinking the top. No, I don't want to have a different material here. Now, it would be reusing a material, but it would be it'd be an additional draw call, but it is an interactive object, so it's not that big of a deal. We could probably just make it a different material. And then call it a day. But does it need to be a different material? It's going to be an additional texture anyways. Yeah, let's fuck it. Let's keep it a part of this. I honestly think this should just be a part of the same thing. I don't think we need something different for that. I think we can just give it its own emissive mask and then figure it out. Okay, so these are our open spaces. We have this open space right here, and we have this open space as far as I know. This space is taken up by this object here, which I think is the pencil. We also have this space here that we can use up. What is this? What is that? Yeah, I think the space is fine. I'm just worried that the emissive is going to leak into something else, which is my worry. However, I think that's probably the best spot in terms of padding and everything. Let's do that. That should be enough texture resolution to give it a little bit of like a fade and whatnot. Yeah. Cool. Sick. So let's export the game version first. Then we'll export the texturing version. And then let's re-import it. Oh, shit. All right. Oh shit. Error. This. We need to vertex paint it and paint it black so it does not get affected by the little waving effect that we've got. Okay, all good. Then let's go back to the painter here. Let's re-import the mesh. It's gonna yell at me about this new object. That's fine, whatever. So we could do one of two things. This could be aluminum. Additionally, I gotta rebake. Textures, Blah, 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 blah. Okay, done. This could be aluminum, or we can make it the color of the body. So it's like blue. What do you guys think? Blue, or maybe we could also do black plastic. It doesn't need to be metal. It don't need to be metal. Let's just, fuck it, we'll just stick with metal for now. Okay, so emissive. We're gonna have to add emissive as a channel, which means we're now exporting another thing in here. And then let's get, I guess, plastic. We do glass visor as the thing here. funny enough, the glass visor has an emissive profile. Do you guys see that? Interesting. Ah, okay. I'm down for that, but this is going to be red. Or like maybe an orangish red. Yeah, orangish red. I'm down for that. So what if it doesn't have an emissive? Oh shit. Yes, that's hot. That's hot. Hot, 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 hot. Oh, that's because it has metallic on it. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do for the glowing emissive part. I'm going to probably increase this blur intensity a little bit, I think. And then, that's using curvature map. I'm going to add a paint. I'm going to paint on a slight bit more on the very top. Yeah, it looks awesome. I like that. Got some red, blue, whatever the fuck color this is going to be, because I don't know yet. Hell yes. I was also thinking it'd be cool to have some screws in the base. We might, you know what, actually, we might just do that right now. Very simple screws. So let's do that real quick. We don't have a lot of pixels to work with, chat. As you can tell, we don't have a lot of information to work with. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's not a lot of data. I was actually maybe thinking of making this texture a 512 by 512 instead of a 256 by 256. Let's see what it looks like with 512 by 512. Like, I guess, and honestly, it might be worth it just because of how important the object is in the space. So honestly, I say fuck it. Let's go 512 by 512. So let's start working this in the respect that we're doing it 512 by 512, which means we could add some details to these screws if we want to, like little insets. For now, though, I'm gonna duplicate this, screw back, and the difference with this one is it's gonna be height in. You can put that behind that one. This one is gonna have a height normal. This one, we're gonna just add a blur to it so that it extends outside of the region. And then it'll kind of look like there's an inset. And then what we can do on top of that, it has add a levels so that we can tighten it a little bit while still having our detail there. Look at that. Nice. Looking good. And then I guess what we'd want to do is now have this, clear the mask real quick. This will become our little inset for the screw, which I'm sure is going to do very well. I'm sure I'm not going to fuck up this detail. We could do a little dot or a line. We don't have too much pixel information to work with, though. I'm thinking we do a dot. Makes it look a little bit more like a, rather than looking like a screw, it looks a little bit more like, I don't know what those like things are called, but that's fine. Honestly, it adds a little detail on the edge of the thing. You know what another detail you could do? Yeah, it looks like rivets. Exactly. It looks like rivets. That's what I was thinking of. A little detail you can do to make things look a little higher poly than they were, like almost baked. Is to do this. You get a little height map, you make it look inset. And then you can use curvature, or in this case, I'm gonna, well, actually, let's try curvature. I don't know if I want this to be the right, let's see, mask. Yeah. I think I'm going to use metal edgeware because that, or dirt. No, metal edgeware. Okay, that's not doing what I want. Okay, I'm just going to have to paint this in myself. So cool detail we can do to kind of make it look... Actually, I know exactly what we can do. UV edges. That's a different generator. UV border. We'll do slight contrast. And then I'm going to paint in the parts where I don't want it. And then we can kind of fake. It's just a lot of work to do this, especially depending on the fucking UV you got and whatnot. We can almost fake where the back of the object would be. Generally, I would do this in a high poly. But we don't have a high poly. Oh. And then we can kind of make it look like there's a back, like a bevel on the edge. Kind of sucks because the screws are too close. And I don't know if I can like move those. Can you like, does Substance Painter have a way of shifting something that's already been painted? I don't think so, right? Like there's no way of doing that. I don't think there is. Darn. Yeah, unfortunately. That would have been cool though. We could do that. So the bevel's a little too close to our rivets, but whatever. Oh, it has some on the eye as well. Okay, you know what? I'm down for that. That's cool. Let me add a paint, a blur though, because that'll make it look a little softer. We'll soften it a little bit. And then I think what I'll do is add levels to kind of bring it in a little bit. So there's not a crazy amount of this going on. And then there you go. Little fake, cheap detail. Very cheap, very fake. But cool. We could also put a label in the back here. Like a little logo or something. I'm down. We getting real into this. Let's add a paint layer, and then let's like look for some random fucking thing temporarily. In the future, I am gonna have like an actual logo made for this, for the company. For like the in-game company, but for now, we're working with what we got. We working with what we got. Oh, what if we put a little circular eye? No, that would. Like we could reuse this, which is what's on the book. I hate that logo though. I gotta say, it just looks too much like a sheriff badge. I really should have used something different. Triangle split. This is what I should have used. Honestly. Just something simple like this. Yeah, we'll stick with that for now. I should honestly switch this one out with this. Where are those things? Book cover height, book cover. Am I gonna have to rotate this to 70 degrees? There we go. Yeah, that looks a little bit more corporate. Yeah. That looks a little bit more accurate, and they're kind of combined, which is fun. What happens if I give it a bit of height, though? No, I don't think so. If anything, we could change the roughness value of it. All right, sick. What if we make it like yellow? No, let's just keep it white. Okay, cool. Let's, I guess, re-export this now. Export, which also means we now have an emissive, and I don't know where that file is, so I'm just going to re-export it again so I can just open the output because I'm too lazy. Ooh. Re-import this. We're all good. This should be the proper UV'd one. We were supposed to work on the maintenance tasks, yet here we are. Oh, you gotta admit though, the red kind of metallic look on that, that's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. Oh, you know what I forgot? This is supposed to have like a little emissive underneath. Shit. Whatever. Who cares? Someone would care, but whatever. I don't care. I care, but I also don't care. Sugma. Whatever, man. Okay, so now we need that emissive file. Cool. Got it. In. Let's open up the material. Throw it in here. And then in the emissive here, we can add this, but I'd like to do something for fun. Let's do a multiply here. Plus 1. Sure. We'll just 0 to 2. Multiply this, add that, emissive color. So this will kind of look like how it should look in game, which is like it kind of blinking on and off when there's like a notification. Yes. Yes. Hell yes. Oh yeah, we're so in. Oh yeah. It's got the little logo on the side, we got the little rivets. It's got a little bit more detail. That's a little bit higher quality. Pencils. The lore idea of the pencils is that I want to make it so the employee handbook has a vibe that like past employees sketched things into it before they died. And so there might be like little hints and things inside of the employee handbook that I feel like would be really interesting. Oh god. Okay, bomb guy can indeed respawn in the locker. We'll just leave him there. He can't see us, right? Surely. Right? Uh-oh. the attenuation radius of the explosion is lower than him screaming. I should probably adjust that. We should probably hear that earlier, but whatever. Anyways, employee handbook, very cool. Looks awesome. Big improvement from our past version. Let me take a screenshot of it. Yes, little blinking red light, the screws. It almost looks like a phone, but it's not a phone. Which is what I like about it. Cool. Ah. A plunger. I thought that was a bomb for a second. You know what's another enemy type that we could do pretty easily? Which is not really an enemy, but more an environment hazard, is the landmines. We could definitely make those. Landmine. Cargo 2. Ow. Oh my fuck. I'm gonna leave. There's another one over there. Bro, 5% chance my ass. This cargo, the flatbed needs item spawns. I don't have any laid out. Maybe a good opportunity to make our system that would place those automatically. I feel like that'd be a nice idea. Okay, excuse me, I'm working here. I got a job, unlike you. Tic-tac, moving around motherfucker who accidentally spawns in the ground sometimes. Okay, good stuff. Employee handbook, probably not even on the board, honestly. Probably not even on the task list, but hey, it's done. Let's see, is it on the task list? It's not. What a waste. What a damn waste. Yeah, we'll have to actually make the interaction part of it though, so I guess we could put that into to be decided. Employee handbook interaction. Nice. Nice. Okay. Okay. What now, chat? Are we working on the maintenance tasks now? Should we work on the rat infestation? Oh, shit. We can work on the window cleaning, because we have most of that ready. I think we have most of that ready. Shop system, we need to put the buying stuff. Yep. The vent overheating is a completely new task that we haven't started yet. So honestly, I think we should make it so we can clean and dirty up the windows. Hell yeah. Now, the thing with dirtying up the windows is in the Rot OS, I don't want that task to appear as red, because red I feel like is a crucial task that impacts the performance of the train. But the thing is, I don't really care for cleaning tasks to impact the performance of the train. It would be more so impacting monsters. That roadmap a tool? Which one? The Trello? It's just Trello. It helps a bit. It helps with keeping track of tasks and whatnot. Keeping track of what needs to be done. For example, bomb guy needs to be replicated. On clients, you literally don't really see anything going on. It looks handy. Listen, if you are taking notes and just have a list in like Notion or literally any other app, listen, whatever works for you at the end of the day, right? Yeah, kind of Scrum, Kanban board kind of vibe. It just keeps stuff organized in one place. Although we really do need to get through these tasks because I feel like we haven't really been, you know, chipping away at this. So we really do need to, for my own sanity, start chipping away at it. Krim, I'm considering getting a pizza from Domino's. What topping or crust do I get? Oh, here we go again with the Domino's. Just get a pepperoni, bro. Just get a pepperoni. Less sauce, more cheese, pepperoni. There you go. There you go. Get a regular crust. Actually, do what you want, because if you don't like your pizza, then you're gonna blame me, and then what am I to do? What's a man to do? Gorgonzola, real salami, screw pepperoni. Do you really think Domino's has real salami? Brother, they don't even have real cheese and sauce. The things I would do for a slice. Honestly, I don't really know what I'm feeling right now. A burrito? No, not a burrito. Pizza? Nah, I don't think so. Honestly, what if I were to eat something, what'd I eat? I'm not really feeling anything like at all, like hungry at all. Is that crazy? Is that weird? I'm usually pretty hungry around this time. I literally don't know what I'd want to eat. You know what I could go for? Like fucking butter chicken or something. Oh my god. I could go for like a butter chicken with some rice and like naan bread or something. Oh shit. That could be, yes. I could go for that. I had butter chicken yesterday for lunch and it was so good. Oh my god. Everybody shut up. Everybody stop talking. I don't want to hear it anymore. Wow. Wowza. All right, so the cleaning task. Let's see if we can get that in. We have to make it so what do we got in here? So we don't have a start and begin for the task. And end/completion event. Do we not have an end/completion for this? I think we had the beginnings of one. Here's our poop window. Now, do I scale up the poop? Would that cause problems? I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. I actually kind of love the look of that. I think that's gonna work really well. I think that's gonna work really well. Let's do it in random spots. So we'll have one here, another one over here. And then let's put one on the other side. So this task will work a little differently. Instead of it impacting the performance of the train, it would make monsters more aggressive if you don't resolve it. Did you ever think that that'd be a sentence you'd say in life? Let's scale up the poop. Let's scale up this poop. Let's scale up this shit. I don't know. There's a lot of things I didn't think I'd be doing. Going full time as my own game my own independent game developer, dude. Cinema. Dude, cinema. Okay, so it's starting out and creating and assigning the render target immediately. I think this is in accordance to rep notify. Paint cleaned area. Gotcha. Okay. So, event maintenance task activated. Add a call to the parent function. This is probably where we want to call this and assign the render target. Yes. I think what we'd want to do is the plane would probably be invisible. Let's see if we've already done that. It has cast shadows turned on, which is a bit psychotic, but okay. Okay, all right, okay. Let's turn on hidden in-game by default, but then when it's activated, let's make it not hidden. Then the question is when the task is completed, which I don't know if I actually did that in the toilet. Let me double check here. Server set completed state, which I don't know why I put it like that. Hmm. I made some pretty gnarly mistakes with this code that we should probably improve at some point. How is this one done? Maintenance task activated. Complete slotting task. Does this one work in multi? I don't know if this one works in multiplayer. We got a multitask in here. But all right, I guess. How's game dev going today? Pretty good. We're putting poop on the windows. Well, not poop, mud. It's mud. Realistically, it's mud, okay? Chat, it's mud. Okay, it's mud. Don't get it twisted. It's mud. It's, yeah, muddy. Are you more relaxed now that you have so much time until October to polish the game? I was never really stressed out because I never really set like a hard date for myself, but it is something I should be working towards anyways, right? So health we don't care about. What we should be doing is probably just clearing this array when we complete. We do not care for that. Puddles we don't care for. Multi-set completed state. So that would be setting this to hidden in game again. We have the task active, we have that. I'm putting this on server just in case. Server set completed state. Okay, we are good. Where is our cleaned area system? But yeah, I don't really... okay, here we go. This is the fully cleaned part. First things first. When we interact with this, we want to check if it's active. Let's also do this and task active. And we'll be all good there. That should resolve all of our problems. We will do a server. Set completed state. Let me double check. Is this private? It's public. I could probably set this to public. This as well could be private. Sorry, I meant private. Multi-set completed state, set hidden in game. There's technically supposed to be an on rep call in here. It's kind of annoying me. We have one, but it only calls maintenance task activated. We should have one that sets it to deactive. So then that way we can call either or. So yeah. I'm not sure why we don't have an override function for that. It's a bit ridiculous. Also really annoying, you cannot override on rep functions. So let's see if we can get this to be activated though. We got a lot of window cleaning tasks here. Let's see if any of them get active. Time to get active. I need a sponge. Oh, shit. Not the air horn. Yeah, whatever. I wonder if players are going to get pissed off by this being a thing in the game where it's like you got to find an item before you can complete a task. I think it's this one. Let's see. No, it's not this one. It's the other one. Shit. Is it this one? It's this one. Let's see if there's already... Let's see if a window cleaning task has already been selected. You know what sucks is if it has been selected... Look, there's just a toilet sitting there. I won't really know. If it doesn't work, then we're in big trouble. I probably should have, like... put some information here. Assign next task, and then what kind of task it is. Probably would have been a good idea. Probably would have been a good idea. Yeah. Let's just speed up time real quick. Yeah, I'm not really like too stressed out. Although I am, you know, still trying to think, okay. We do need to work on this game a little quicker. I thought the fucking sun went out. So I thought... Oh shit, it did! There it is. The poop. For some reason... it's not hitting the plane. I wonder... No, I'm pretty sure the line trace is going through it. Oh, you know what? I think the window is... it's just missing it because the window... damn it. It's just missing it, which really sucks. I think that is in the sponge. We're gonna increase the distance. Ideally, it would be nice to not have to do that, but we're gonna do that. If the players don't succeed in unclogging the toilet, is the whole thing going to be filled with poop? There will be a lot of poop. It will probably spawn a lot of poop, and then you'll see players slipping over the poop and going... you know what I mean? Like, as long as... if they're, like, running over all of it. So, high probability that occurs, yes. I need a sponge. I'm looking for a sponge. Maybe I should really make a better system for testing this. This is ridiculous. I am wasting quite a bit of time doing this shit. Sponge? No sponge. Alternatively, a fix for the window would be like fixing the bounds of it. Great. No sponge. Let's check the other cars. Great. A toilet. Fantastic. It better not clog. Okay, I need a sponge. Nope. That's an air horn. I need a sponge. Oh, come on. Oh, that's a fucking... it's a flashlight! We should make the flashlight spawn less often, because that thing's pissing me off. Library. Okay, we're all good. It's starting to feel more like a video game, though, because now we're, like, trying to look for specific objects. That's a rock. That's another rock. Okay, really? Is this a joke? Oh, come on. Maybe it would be unfair to select a task if the players don't have the necessary items to deal with it. There was the idea, and this could be a way to fix the problem in the design, is being able to purchase items and they get, like, delivered to you.
Shit my pants, I
Great. The cargo does not have any item spawns. Balls. Grizzly, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't think I'd ever want to see that in my life, I'm gonna be honest. A grizzly bear naked? Yeah, I don't know. Naked isn't like, it doesn't have any fur? Or don't answer that question. I don't want to know. Oh, great, look. We got a lot of poop in here already. Oh, 2 poops. That's the response I'm going for? Yeah. I don't even have an item spawning system. This is a fucking goner, man. Really? It didn't even spawn a single sponge. This is fucked. We really do need, like, a buy menu to purchase things, now I think about it. Shit. Solani? I have no idea what's going on, and I'm okay with that. Does it look cool, though, at least? Like, even though you have no idea what's going on? I don't know why it keeps dropping items. I gotta figure out why that's happening because it's like really annoying. It's like my hands is slipping. What, I got butter on my hands or something? So I have no way of fixing those windows and cleaning them. Need some furniture and a bit of polish? Oh, 100%. We'll have some furniture in these rooms. It'll look great. You know the great gameplay element of having these windows dirtied up is you can't see what's going on outside. You literally can't see what's going on outside. It also cuts out all the light, so it actually makes it darker in the room. Which I think is interesting. I like the camera effect going on, or the textures. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's getting there. Getting there. I'm a little elevated. Ah, yes. One with God, one might say. Although, I guess that's death. One with... I don't know. Yeah, we have no way of cleaning any of the windows. But that being said, the windows technically wouldn't be... The idea with the windows is they're not a necessity to operate the train, to keep the train going. And if we do put that mechanic in, where it's like, when you complete tasks, and if you complete them quickly, or in a certain time period, then you can get money. The windows could be a great way of farming income. It could be a great way to farm income. Yeah. This is starting to feel like a video game a little bit. I know that's crazy to say because it's a video game, but like it's starting to actually feel like a video game rather than like a tech demo. You know what I mean? With like little pieces of shit you can do. There's actually like it's starting to feel like a little bit of like a game. I was getting a little lost, I'm not gonna lie, while working on it. Where I was like... I feel like I'm just like throwing shit at the game and I don't really know what it's doing. But I think it's all coming together. You, Dr. Pepper? What? What's wrong with Dr. P, man? Dr. P is the shit. We got haters and shit. Oh. Watch me get this hole in one. Duncan 1. Splooshin 1. I don't know what they do. Maybe make all the windows dirty up over time. The task could be less of an assignment, more of an ongoing thing. Maybe. That might make it a little overwhelming though. That's why I'm thinking of making it more like a task. Like it got like covered up in mud or something. We could make it so it gets selected as a task and then dirties up over time. So if you get to it quick, then you can clean it a lot faster. Yeah, the players don't have to do it necessarily. Even the current task. It's just that, in theory, I guess it would provide more income. And then... Dude, it would provide a bit more income, and then it would just piss off the monsters. So it's not necessarily impacting the performance of the train. That would be a lot more higher priority, like the gearbox, for example. Someone finish RE9 in 1:49:31. Is that an hour and 50 minutes? I love how they have like a whole speed running thing in Resident Evil. I think that's great. This is fucked up. This is like this is a fucked up day. This is horrendous. I haven't. It's been weeks since I last got a whole. Let me. This is. I'm cursed. There's something. What's going on? Make a helper system to where balls you miss, the higher chance of the ball being magnetized to it. I kind of like how ridiculously, stupidly hard it is. I kind of like how ridiculously, stupidly hard it is. To some extent. I do think we could gamify this more if we wanted to. We could definitely gamify it a little bit more. Like, it could be fun. The more you miss randomly, the ball bounces off. That's psychotic. Whatever, man. I don't care anymore. I need to be faster. Spends 15 minutes trying to basket the ball. Listen. Basketball. Basket of ball. At a miss counter. Yeah. How many times it's missed? Perfect. Alright, let's check if everything's still working. Can we rerun the stuff? Is there anything... Technically... technically there is. That thing's broken, technically. But it needs to be reset. Make a monster appear randomly so when the player gets too focused, they get jump scared. I was thinking it'd be cool. I don't know if I'd do it in this station. But having a sewer hole. Like a secret sewer that you could access. And then there's like a whole like sewer network. I would probably leave that for a different station. But it would be cool that you being able to like permanently unlock areas would be super sick. I know for sure we're going to have a door here that you'll be able to unlock at some point. And then gain access to a whole different area. I think that'll be sick. Maybe even this door could gain access to the garage. Which is going to be here at some point. And then maybe that gains access to like random items that you might be able to find. Yes. Give the player 10 points for scoring or no points anywhere else in the game. You have 10 points. Just out of context. Like nobody knows what it means. Just randomly gives you 10 points. One big problem I need to work on for this game, which is an ongoing issue, is the nausea issue. Certain interactions, especially for viewers, cause some pretty gnarly nausea, depending on how well you can take the movement. Even myself, sometimes playing, sometimes things do make me a little bit nauseous. I don't know if it's because our camera is slightly closer to the ground than the typical UE mannequin. Not sure if that's a factor. Someone was saying that it could be the lag of the object being slower than where you're aiming. That could be a factor as well. But yeah, is the Twitch compression that causes the light banding to look that severe? There in some areas it's severe, like right here. Twitch compression probably doesn't help to some extent, but it is a kind of part of the art style to have a bunch of banding and stuff. Am I using standard FOV? I think it's like 103 right now. I think I'm using like 103. Like, it could be the FOV as well. The item lagging behind is throwing me off. Yeah, like, we still need weight on the objects. We still need a substantial amount of weight to them. But maybe certain objects, especially ones that we want like the player to wave around or break or something, maybe they become a lot quicker. So then that way it's not lagging too far behind. I don't know if I can change the FOV here. Oh yeah, I can. So this is 90. Let's do like 120. This just looks like I'm playing Minecraft now, though. You know how like people play on like the highest FOV in Minecraft? So I don't know. Like 110's not bad. Did they do the change in Unreal where the FOV, I know in UE4 it's, what is it? Is it horizontal FOV, I think? Did they switch it over to vertical? So that number is actually different? So is 110 90 and 90 is like 70? Or so? Yeah, we only have, when you equip an item, it actually appears. So that appears as an actual object. I actually think 90 is not 90. This does, now that I think about it, this does look really zoomed in. It does look really zoomed in. Now that I think about it. So I might actually... Now that I think about it... $90 might not be 90 anymore. Let's actually change the default to 110. Oh, right now it's 95 actually. Let's do 110. I think 110 might be more ideal. Let's see. We're getting a little bit of the fisheye effect, but not a lot. Yeah, I think for the luggage, I think it's just a basis of... Oh, would you look at that, a sponge? I think it's just a basis of maybe making it faster when we're trying to break it and stuff. No bomb. Hey, Blues, how's it going? Good, and you? Doing pretty good, thanks. Bomb. Rock. Coal. Wait, is this actually not going to spawn the cabin that has the windows? Yeah, I should be using Cheat Manager. I just have no clue how it how it functions. Because I remember I was trying to hook it up for Suit for Hire, if I remember correctly. Oh, got a toilet in here. I'm pretty sure I tried to hook it up for Suit for Hire. I think you need C++ to get it to work. What you making today? Right now we're working on the window cleaning task, where a window gets covered up in mud. So that's what we're currently working on. Let's see if we can speed up time and get that showing up. I barely touched blueprint, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the cheat manager, yeah, it requires a little bit of C++ to get working. Which isn't an issue. I do need a cheat manager, though, because, like... Oh, see? There we go. See, look at my ass. I'm over here, like... waiting for shit to load in and whatnot. Is that still not close enough? There's no way. Okay. Something broke. I wish I could, like, create a timestamp right here, or like a save, so I could come back and just test this out. What happened? I think it has to do with something in the collision. So that's doing world dynamic. What is this set to? World dynamic. It's not hitting anything. So it's not getting in the way of anything. There is this box here. What is the box being used for? I think the box is what's reading the world dynamic, but this is a physics only. You know what? I think I might have, now that I think about it, I think I might have messed up the setup of this. These are supposed to be rotated in a different direction. I'm pretty sure. Which way is forward on this? Yeah. Yeah. Whoops. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. It would seem I've put this the wrong way. That is the right way. Okay. Whoops. So the box is on the inside. Gotcha. Right. Yeah, right. Gotcha. Right. Gotcha. Doing some line trace stuff right now. I have no idea why this broke, but I think it might be the fact that it was in the wrong direction. But yeah, because it's a plane. Okay, see if we can. I really need a debug menu. This is ridiculous. I really need a debug menu. Okay, we got a sponge. Let's find a cabin. /me teleports. Okay, we found it. Good thing is that you're testing gameplay. Yeah, that's just, you know, I like to. I like to. It wastes time that I could be using in development, but hey. Now, the next thing is we need to test a lot of these things in multiplayer. A few things are gonna have to start like testing out while networking. Again, I think that does bring up the concern we need a debug menu. We need a cheat menu ASAP. The toilet clogged. I'm seeing a puddle. Oh, great. Oh, there we go. Also, the train has completely stopped. That's how long this took. There we go. Now we're cleaning. I don't know if that completed as cleaned, but it did clear up. Let's see if we leave some spots. Maybe we can try to see. I think it gets hidden, set to hidden in game, so it should. I have no idea if this one cleaned itself. Vertex painting magic? No, it's render target. So render target painting. I think... Oh, wait, no. I just saw a smidge there, and I have no idea if that even counted as completed. Surprisingly, though, even though we scaled it up, it's still working quite well. Okay, I have no idea. Did we just clean this one? We'll know if this was completed because it'll say the task. It'll show the thing again. Psh, psh, psh. We've got puddles outside. Things are looking... Okay, it would seem that the completed part is not completing. Paint cleaned area, so that's just painting it, but actually cleaning it. If this is over 85 and the task is active, set completed state. I don't know why I removed this. So server set completed state, task active to false. Clear the cleaned area. Set the plane to hidden. Multitask, set it to hidden as well. Which I feel like should work. So unless this percentage call is not working very well, let's just set it to 80% cleaned. That's for some reason not working, which I doubt it. It should be. Well, I'll give it a try for the 13th time. What was that noise? What the hell was that? Oh, wait, well. How does the FOV look now, chat? Is it better? Great, no sponges. No sponges. Why do they make that noise? Really? A rock? Oh my god. We're gonna have a no sponge run, are we? Oh my god. Art-wise, I prefer the previous one. I don't know about motion sickness. In terms of the FOV... Okay. Okay. We really need to put some, like, item spawns in this cargo area. Sponge! Yippee! Yippee! Alright, and now we just speed up time until a window is dirtied up. Look at that. So we need to receive a call that says that it's been cleaned up. If it is receiving that call, then it's just the fact that the completed state is not actually completing it. Yeah. Window cleaning set completed state. It looks clean. I don't know. Ordered a 16-core AM4 CPU. I don't know what the hell that means. You're just speaking a different language. Okay, so that's set the completed state. Now, what we need to see is if the window can get dirty again. That is the indicator. I think it was this one that got dirtied. If it can get dirty again, then that means the task is working correctly. Has twice the amount of cores as my current CPU? Damn. I think that window... I don't know if that window was dirty earlier, but... That one right there. Oh, this one still has dirty spots. I don't think I can clean it from here. Wait, really? Wait, hold on. You know what's possible is that this one got reselected, but it didn't reassign a new render target. And so it's very likely Huh. It's very that looks like it got dirty again. I can't tell which ones I'm cleaning anymore. I'm lost, man. I'm lost. There's a lot of poop. It's mud. It's mud. Not poop, it's mud. I think, here's what I think is going on. Yeah, you can see the render target. I'm pretty sure we just cleaned this one. The render target is not... So when it gets reselected here in the render target. See, it's already valid. So what we could do is maybe destroy the render target when... Let's see if there's a like a clear render target. Clear specific with a given color. Release manual release GPU versus this is useful for blueprint creating a lot of render target that would normally be released too late, but the job is going to be tight GPU memory constraints. What I'm wondering is what is release doing? Manually releases GPU resources over render target. So does this delete it? I'm going to assume it deletes it, and then what we can do as a safety precaution is do this, and then we'll just collapse this to a function. We'll just call it delete render target, or remove render target, or clear render, or no. Remove render target. This will be private. Okay, that should fix that problem, I think. It's mud. I'm telling you, it's mud. It seems like this should be working now. I can understand why it wasn't working prior. Sponge. And look at that. We got the car that we need right here, baby. Okay, let's just skip through a little bit. Hopefully we can spawn a few muds. Oh, mud. And the toilet is clogged. All right, here we go. Okay, I think that was the problem, is that when it would reset it, it wouldn't recreate a new render target for it, therefore it would look like it's clean, but it's been selected. I think that's what it was. See, look at that one. We got that one now. I think there are only 2 on this side. Don't worry, we'll make this more satisfying with like soap and shit. Like particles, fun particles effects. I think that'll look really fun. Little particle effects coming up when we do this. Okay, that seems to clean. I think we need to make the threshold a bit more lenient. Right now I think it's 80%. I think we should make it 75%. I know it's kind of cheap when you're cleaning a window and then it's like it deletes part of it after you've cleaned most of it, but I don't want the annoying thing could be you do most of it and you can't tell that little pixel that's there, and it's just not really fun. I think we just cleaned this. Did we not just clean this? Let me speed up time. If we have the entire windows dirty, then we fixed it. This toilet is really filling up the place. It's kind of becoming a pond. Oh, yeah, I swear we just cleaned this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could do what Power Washing Sim does, make any dirty pixels glow every so often. True. We could make it so that only happens when you have the sponge equipped. That could make sense as well. Sponge vision. I think it looks great. It's got a bit of height to it. You can see it on the inside. You can see it on the outside. It's got a little fun feel to it. It's a little fun, you know? Yeah, all right. Have you seen the shit demon in Dogma? You could spawn something like that if the toilet is left too long. Ah, yes. Poop maker. Wait, what was the... Someone knows the meme game. There's like 9 of them. It's like poop something. Poop killer. Yes, the poop killer. It's literally a guy with a fucking toilet for a head. Either way, listen, if you leave a toilet left out for too long, a lot of poop is going to be all over the place. And that just means you're slipping all over it. And it just becomes a huge hazard. So we're going to have little poops. And then if you slip on it, your whole character ragdolls and everything. It's going to be, I think it'll be kind of funny. I think I like the look of it on the inside versus the outside. I think there's too much base color. I think the base color is tiling too much. Right here. Metal rust. Oh, it's also 2048 by 2048. Well, would you look at that? Well, that would probably explain why it looks so damn high resolution. All right, well, yeah, sure, I guess. Well, sure, I suppose. It makes sense, I guess. All right. Well. Start/begin maintenance task event and end/completion event. Dude. The Golgothon, also refers to as the shit demon, and an excremental composed of human excrement. It was brought into existence from the pain and misery of the people who were put to death by crucifixion and given form by the waste excreted by the victims upon death. Its stench is unbearable, can diminish a person's will to fight, causing most to flee from it. Anyone who could fight, like they're incredibly brave or incredibly stupid. So are you saying it's going to be like a big monster, just poop? Just a poop monster? I'm down for a poop monster. You know, something I was thinking of doing for this game that I think could be fun. We could have I forget which game does this. I think DayZ does this when you're bleeding and stuff. Something they do rather than like doing a UI element, they do like a you feel something wet or whatever, like in your arm or whatever, or you feel pain, whatever. I think it'd be really funny when certain things happen in the game. It's like you smell a terrible stench, like just appears in the corner. You smell something horrible. It's like, you know what I mean? Not overusing it. We wouldn't overuse it for sure, but I think it'd be a funny thing once in a while to put a little. What would that be called? Like a monologue, I guess. Would it be monologue? Like a subconscious? Your subconscious talking to you? You know what? I think Minecraft does that as well. Does it not? I think no, Terraria does it. I think Terraria does it. I remember Terraria does something similar. So, yeah. Yeah, like an inner monologue. A random fucking phone call. Cool. I think this is done. Obviously, some polish that we'd like to do. Let's put that in needs testing. In fact, all of this, a lot of stuff in here that was completed needs to be put there, but whatever. We'll see how things go. So let's do low prio, polish window cleaning task. So some stuff we could put in here. Let's put it under art. We'll add a sub checklist. First thing would be soapy particle effects. And then proper sound effects. I think that would be good. Yep. Cool. Okay, we'll put that in low prio. No problem. Your Trello's a lot more organized than mine. Dude, mine has been getting out of hand. Like, I feel like I haven't been... Nothing has felt like it's been, you know... taken out here. Like... It just feels like it's... Yeah, I don't know. It's just constantly growing. It doesn't die off. Soliloquy would be a more accurate description for speaking your own thoughts. Soliloquy, I've never heard that. Well, I feel like I've heard that word before, but I haven't heard it in a long time. Finish some task. I'm working on it, man. I literally just finished one. It needs testing now. Jeez. I think, based off of the way I structured it, a lot of the replication code is similar to the other tasks, and so... it should work. Yeah, it should work. It should work. In theory, it should work, yeah. Let's see. Improved train speed algorithm. Toilet clog maintenance task. Okay, so clicking on the toilet with a plunger, I don't really care for, to be honest. I also have to test if this works in replication as well. I think it does. I have to check. Poop, however, is one of the tasks that we need to do for this. Can we hold off poop for a later time? I think we can. I think poop can be for a future date. So, we're going to rename this. I'm going to rename this and then convert it to a card. And then click on the toilet with the plunger to attach. Honestly, I don't care. Goodbye. Now, however, toilet clog poop actor scattering. Put that into the TBD. This is starting to grow a lot as well. The TBD is starting to grow. Wowee. The in progress, we're starting to cut through the in progress. Would you look at that? Yeah. Now we need to do the vent overheating, which is a completely new task. Haven't done anything related to that. Rat infestation, we got the rats. We just need to now make the actual, like, thing to begin it. Improved train speed algorithm. Probably not too complicated. We're just going to have to figure out how do we read from the maintenance tasks and how much does it slow down the train. Monsters, we have a bit more progress in because we actually have a monster now who I'd like to make more complex, but we'll stick with it for now. The library car, mostly just art. So not a huge dealio. Bomb guy, core. Should I have a task for this that's like multiplayer or replication related? That way I know what things need to start getting replicated. Bandages, we modeled them. We didn't texture them. 5 licenses from Fab purchased, made a game. Then I want to sell this game to a publisher to sell to Steam. The Fab license are no transfer or resale. No, it's only no transfer or resale if you only package the asset from Fab. You can have it a part of things. I would reread the license terms. Because then that means literally no one could use a Fab asset, and why would people use it? It's useless then at that point. Okay. All right. We could work on the cart for the library if we want to. We could work on the cart. And get that in. We also have the shop. Upgrade section, right. I think we're gonna put upgrade section in a different task, because that is a pretty gnarly task. That is not like, that's not a, yeah. I would say it's core, but like, let's put that off somewhere else, because it's gonna be quite a bit of work. The shop itself is already quite a bit of work. Putting upgrades in there? Hell no. Monsters. What do we got in here? Damaging players' range, grabbing players, aggro state, de-aggro. Okay. Cool. I think we got our work cut out for us for tomorrow. I'm probably going to work a little bit on some of this stuff off stream, but I'm going to go probably get some food because I'm hungry. So, yep. Good 3-hour stream. Thanks for dropping by, everybody. Thanks for lurking, chatting, and sticking around. We're slowly cutting through the list. We got the toilet mostly done-ish. Window cleaning mostly done-ish. That means we now have quite a few maintenance tasks coming in, which is cool. Yeah. We just have to check if these work in multiplayer. We have to test it. But yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, Friday. Yep, tomorrow, Friday. So I'll see you then. And I hope you have a great day. All right. Take it easy. What the hell? Okay, goodbye.